I love boxing. You know, once I found boxing, you know, especially from the environment that I grew up, for us, we feel that there's only a few ways out. Grew up originally, I was born in Brixton. All my life was spent in Dockenham Hill Estate, Dulwich. You know, when you say Dulwich, people think of Margaret Thatcher and that great part of Dulwich, you know, West Dulwich and that, but there is an environment in Dulwich which it ain't good. For us, we feel that there's only a few ways out, and that's sport, usually a sport, you know, or being a drug dealer or a criminal. 100% of all my friends I grew up with their mum, single mothers. And I was the only one in the block that grew up with my dad. And as a young child, I was waking up in the middle of the night and seeing my dad, you know, over a desk, black coffee, studying. Always see my dad studying and working. And who would have thought years later I'd become my dad, you know, and that's it. You know, I study all through the night. That's why I look at my dad as my hero, as my king. 2:45 a.m, get up when I don't want to get up. By 3 a.m, I'm in the lift, singing songs to get the vibe up, the vibration up, and we go for the run. You know, run around the dock, the bridge, come back from the run, sometimes have a nap, have my fruit, straight to studying. You know, and I study the system. Everyone knows the system that I created. And then I would watch Anthony Yarde, because that's the only person I watch. I watch Anthony Yarde, and even in his victories, I'm looking for things we can improve on. Then I would go down to my cousin's famous restaurant, 805, Nigerian restaurant, have a lunch, a soup or something like that. And on days like this, get a haircut from our barbershop, Stamina for hair, and then straight in the gym. And it's work, work, work. And then come home from work, have my dinner, and then work again. And it's literally, for me, 18, 19 hours a day. Everyone knows me, I would say, for Anthony. The fact that me and Anthony came from nothing. We went all the way to the elite level of the school. And what that young man has been through, I had to be what I'd always been for him, for a mentor, a father figure. The world famous 805 restaurant. I've got 3 brothers. They've all got kind of like English traditional names. And he gave me Tunde Ajayi. Tunde Ajayi. So I think my dad wanted to make a statement that this is my son, he's, you know, and I don't want him to forget the roots, the culture. Yeah, I'm proud of my name. You know, me and my cousin, we sat down about 18 months ago now. You know, he used to cut my hair in the back garden. And then my cousin Eddie came up with this ingenious idea to convert ambulances. Eddie's like an ambulance. Yeah. Convert an ambulance into a mobile barbershop. And again, it's great for our community because a lot of single mothers, you know, they can't really, you know, just workload. So now we can actually drive to their homes. My cousin would say, when we was growing up, there was a lot of people talking, but nothing never happened. Or they would make money, leave the area, never to be seen again. And so that was like our heroes leaving us, you know. And I always said, I remember I used to be in the barbershop and saying, watch, when things happen for me, I'm coming back and I'm giving back to my own community. And that's what Black History Month is Black History Day, month, day, week, month, and year. Every year, we have to give back. And that is, for me, if anything, that's what Black History Month is supposed to signify. Make sure. Remember, we're making this thing grow back. You know, when you start getting a certain age, the hairline starts going back. So what I've done, I've refused to cut it in lockdown, so my real hairline can come back. A lot of people think that I bought my hair down Peckham. I bought my hair down Peckham. I'm like, bruv, this is my hair. Like, the thing is weave. Weave on. So this is my actual. So Ed, bruv, even if it hasn't grown, you know what I'm talking about, innit? Please. This is how moody I am. With my hair. I mean, look at Anthony Yarde. You know, this guy came from the same environment as you, you know, and now, you know, he's doing well. You know, he works hard. And Anthony always tries to, you know, signify that and tell people that this wasn't given to him. He's worked extremely hard. And I think the great thing about all of this is if people that you grew up with in the same environment can see this happening in their face, or they can actually drive down to the shop or drive to a box-up crime gym and see the person that they see on television, it's more real to them, you know, and that's what this is about. Right. Anyway, I've always been known as a fighter from school, but the boxing thing was weird really because, you know, I just walked into a club very near where I was living in Tottenham Hell at the time called the Champions Gym. Started training there, and then they said, you know, have an unlicensed fight. So I was like, cool. I'm from the road anyway. I don't mind. And you're telling me that I'm gonna get £500 for it as well. So I was like, yeah. So I had an unlicensed fight, Epping Forest Country Club. Never forget it. And I knocked the guy out in one round. I knocked out his teeth, and then they called me the dentist. So I was like, bro, this is easy. I'm getting paid to knock man's teeth out. Check him! It's so funny because even when I was fighting as a professional, I was training people. One guy heard that I was doing that. His name was Junior McDonald. Junior got through to the ABA final, and he lost against Tony Bellew. That's a name I think people can remember. So I was like, cool, yeah, you know, I trained this kid. So I was like, I must be good at this. I won't say who it was or what training it was. But you gotta remember, I'm a black guy from the roads, the streets of South London, and a black trainer said to me, Tunde, let me tell you something about this game of boxing. We train them and then other people take them. That's how it is for black trainers. And you imagine telling someone that who's got all this high ambition, but again, I thank God for my dad. Because my dad put that thing in me, like, don't put no obstacles in your way.
Tunde is the most driven trainer I've ever met. We're literally like an uncle and a nephew. The goals he sets himself and his dedication and consistency and discipline is the best I've ever seen or heard of. So that motivates me. And it always boils down to this: he's got a heart of gold.
From what me and Anthony have done in boxing, we done it as black men. And that's the message, really. The message for me is never gonna be, don't put a barrier up because you're black, you can't do this, because you're black. It's always hard for us, because that's what our parents tell us. Put your heart, mind, body, and soul into things. Nothing can stop you. Seeing as this is Black History Month, that don't put no barriers in front of you. And if there are barriers in front of you, kick through them, punch through them, jump over them, go around the left, go to the right, but don't let nothing stop you from being what you want to be. Yeah. Yes, sir. You don't accept.